Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Scratch Basics. Now, the game I just showed you was a game I made a few months ago, and in today's episode, I'll be teaching you how to make the basics of that game. Let's go ahead and create a new project and get started. Creating project. So before we start, I just want to let you guys know that I created a new Scratch account called Skylimit Heights, and from now on this would be my official Scratch account. So let's go ahead and delete the cat. In today's episode, I'll be teaching you guys basically how to make a player that can move and face your mouse pointer. Like if your mouse pointer moves, it'll face the direction of wherever your mouse pointer is. And also, I'll be teaching you guys how to make a working gun that can shoot bullets. Alright, let's just jump right into it. First, we want to create a sprite called player. This will be our player that moves around. And this game will be a bird's eye view game, so basically the view is top to bottom. So pretend you're standing on a tall building looking down. That's how the game should look like. So we want to create a player, just a simple player. I'll make it a circle with 2 hands. Like that. This is how a lot of .io games make it. And I'm going to go ahead and make it hold a rifle. Simple rifle. Make that a little brownish. Maybe make the hand extend behind here. And then I just want to make the tip of the gun a grayish tint right there. That's about good. So now that we have our gun and we have our player, let's go to the code. First thing we want to do is, of course, make it go to the starting position, 0, 0, and we want to make it show. Also, additional step, we have to put point in direction 90, because in this episode we're going to be making the player change direction, so that's very important. Now let's just quickly test that. Alright, the player is in the middle. Let's go ahead and make the movements. In my previous episodes, we made the movements by using the when space or when key pressed block, but in this video, we'll be using a more smooth method, which is the forever method. So we want to go ahead and drag a when green flag clicked block, and under it, we want to put a forever and then an if. So we want to constantly check if the player is pressing a certain key. So this will make the movement much more smooth and efficient. To move the player, I'll just do a WASD keyboard setting because that's common in games. And if the key is W, we want to change the Y by a certain positive amount. Let's change it by 5. And similarly for A, for A, we want it to, or actually for S, we want the sprite to move down. And similarly for A and D, but for A and D, we're changing the X's. Change X by -5. And let's duplicate that one more time. Change X by 5. There we go. Now let's test our player. You can see that the movements are much more smooth and you're able to move several paces at once. So if I press W and D at the same time, it'll move diagonally. And similarly for the other keys, like I can just move around like this. And we also want the player to point in the direction of our mouse, so we can just simply copy paste this, delete that, and just delete all of this, and simply go to motion and drag a point towards mouse pointer block underneath the forever loop. And now you can see that our player actually points to our mouse. So let's go ahead and script the bullets. I'm going to create a simple sprite, bullet sprite. Make sure you're using rectangle because from past experience, I've learned that using the line tool is not good because Scratch has some glitches there. So just go ahead and use the rectangle tool to create your bullets. I'll just be creating a simple rectangle bullet, something like that. You can see the image is actually zoomed in, so if I zoom out, the bullet just looks like that. And also let's make the backdrop a little darker so that we can see the yellow bullet more. And there you go, we have our backdrop. So now we can actually get to the scripting. So how are we going to make this bullet shoot? We first have to detect if the player is even clicking. So when the player is clicking, we want the gun to shoot. We can simply use this when green flag clicked and forever method, but instead of key pressed, we want to check if the mouse is down. If the mouse is down, then we want to create a clone of the bullet. We can't make the bullet continuously cycle and shoot because we only have one bullet. So to do this, we have to create clones of the bullet. Clones are basically the exact same as the bullet, and they have the exact same script, the exact same look, except that it's just a duplicate. So forever, we're going to check if the mouse is down and create clone of bullet. And note that this is in the player script. And now we're going to go to bullet. And first of all, we need to hide the original copy. We don't want to see the original copy. We want to see the clones. After you've hit this, we can go to Control and drag a When I Start as a Clone block into the workspace. And when I start as a clone, we want the bullet to go to the player, face the direction of the player, and then move forward until it hits the edge. So let's go ahead and do that. We want it to go to the player, and then we want it to point in direction, and then go to sensing. You can see this backdrop of stage. First change stage to player, and then change this to direction. So when I start as a clone, go to player, and then point in direction of player. Also, we want to show the bullet. And once we've done that, we can just make the bullet move forward. Drag a repeat until block into our workspace. And then go to sensing. And repeat until touching edge. Once that's good, we want it to move 20 steps. If you want your bullet to be slow, you can make this less. But I want my bullet to be pretty fast, so I'll make it 20. And also we want to buffer a weight so that we can actually see the bullet move. I'll make mine 0.025. Now if we try this, we can move around. The player points in our direction, I'm moving, and you can see I can shoot bullets. Let me make it full screen. But as you can see, the bullet is almost stuck to the wall. To fix that, all we're gonna do is, wait, hold up, it's getting frozen. Sorry about that, guys. Scratch crashed because I had too many clones at once. And to fix that problem, we want to delete the bullet once it hits the edge. So just simply drag a delete this clone block right underneath this repeat until block. Now if it touches the edge, it will delete immediately. We don't want any clones to stay because Scratch only allows 301 clones at the same time. So if you pass that, Scratch crashes, and that's what happened to me. So this delete this clone block is very important. Let's test it now. And I'm going to go into full screen. And as you can see, if I hold down or click, the bullets just shoot. And once they hit the edge, they get deleted. What if we want to add some sort of fire rate, like you can only shoot one bullet in 1 second? So we can just add a wait after the clone creation. So after a bullet is created, there's a 1 second cooldown, or whatever you want this to be. The smaller this is, the faster the gun can shoot. I'll make it 0.1. That's a typical. Now you can see the bullet rate is much slower. And sometimes that's a good thing. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.